Hey, boss.
Ready for the loadout?
Still working on it. Why don't you get your briefing from Ida first?
Ready for the briefing?
Let's do it.
We are approaching Hell, a frozen moon orbiting the planet Geigen, a gas giant in the ISO star system. Elysium is an Axon Corporation research facility on Hell that works closely with the TCA, the organization we also proudly serve. Commander Hawkins says there have been no transmissions from the station for 18 hours. Our mission is to find out why. The base has 4 research modules located around a central hub. Each of the labs focuses on a different area of weapons research. Here's a look at the surrounding terrain. You'll sit down here. This bridge leads into the base. By the way, the commander mentioned the researchers are working on an artifact that sounds a lot like the one we recovered from Sanctuary. You don't suppose they could be related, do you? That's it. Isaac should have your weapons ready. God knows he's had enough time. Still here?
Why don't you let up on Isaac?
Why should I? He killed 3 of my friends. He's a danger to this ship, and the sooner I can convince you to kick him off, the safer we'll all be.
What's the short form?
Find out why the research facility has gone radio silent. You can take another look at the holograms if you'd like.
What else can you tell me about Hell?
Geigen is a gas giant planet, about 11 times the diameter of Earth. Hell is one of its 14 moons. Hell's surface is mostly rock covered by spires of ice and slush. The atmosphere is nitrogen and methane, along with complex compounds like ethane, hydrogen cyanide, and others. Thermal vents spew this poison into the thick, soupy sky, and it falls back to the surface as toxic chemical snow. Temperatures average around 250 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. Delightful.
See you later.
Got more gear for you. Turns out that energy rifle you nabbed from the Azarians had a limiter on it. Maybe the Scar didn't want to give anything too powerful to their slaves. Anyway, I took the limiter off, and now it's a real weapon. I call it the Shock Lance. The alt-fire is an EMP burst that'll fry anything electronic. I've also loaded up the shotgun you found on Sanctuary and scrounged some toxic grenades for your launcher. You want to take a closer look?
Let's see what you got.
I modified one of the Azarian energy rifles to make it more powerful. Primary fire generates 2 plasma bolts that don't do much damage, but the refire rate is high, which lets you put a lot of hits on a target in a short amount of time. Alt-fire creates an EMP field that will seriously screw up any machinery it hits. Take your pick.
Show me the crowd pleaser.
This is an M700 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun. Absolutely lethal close-up and pretty damn good at mid-range. The alt-fire puts out explosive incendiary slugs with a wider spread and a more limited range. Anything else?
What about the gas grenade?
It sprays out a cloud of neurotoxic gas that is so caustic it eats right through metal armor. What'll it be?
Let's go over the Hydra.
The M406 grenade launcher has slots for 6 different grenade types. Tapping your primary fire lobs out a grenade that explodes on contact. Holding the trigger a little longer engages the timing mechanism so you can bounce them around some. Secondary fire chambers the next grenade type if you've got any. If you like, I can tell you about the individual grenades.
What about the gas grenade?
It sprays out a cloud of neurotoxic gas that is so caustic it eats right through metal armor.
Tell me about the frag grenade.
Enormous explosive power and needle-sharp carbo-steel fragments. Absolutely lethal in close quarters. Any others?
Let me see the car.
The M32 Duster fires depleted uranium shards that don't have shells but build up a nasty dust that gets ejected between clips. Primary fire spits out rounds at a very high automatic rate. Alt fire is a cluster of 5 shards packed together to form a single, slower-moving slug. The slug breaks apart when it hits a wall, so if you're good, you can even shoot around corners. Very effective overall. You can hose down an area with primary fire or deliver a single lethal punch with the alt fire. You want to look at any of the other weapons?
How about the pistol?
The T-13 pop gun is your standard law enforcement sidearm. Doesn't need ammo, recharges from a quantum pack in the handle. Primary fire is a slow-moving energy pulse. Alt fire charges up a stronger pulse until you release it. A dependable fallback weapon, but not much use in a crowd. Pick your poison.
Some other time.